I'm Jeff Philbin. Welcome to Dinner DeeAs. You need dinner. We've got the DeeAs. That's ideas for dinner. Today, fun with some fresh Florida flavors as we bring seafood and citrus together in a dish of seared scallops with smashed peas, Paloma sauce, and arugula. Our guest today in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen is Chef Matt Maslowski. He's the executive chef for Busch Gardens and Adventure Island, and here today to celebrate some Florida foods. Welcome to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen.
Thank you for inviting me.
We're really excited to have you because today we're making Chef Matt's seared scallops, smashed peas, Paloma sauce, and arugula, and we're starting with the Paloma sauce.
Correct. And this is totally different than what everybody else usually does.
Yeah, because let's just call a spade a spade. Like I'm thinking we're gonna making like just cocktails right now because this is like one of my favorite drinks with one of my best friends, Lee. He got me into Paloma, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean the Paloma is like it's a summer drink, but
it's
the thing is, the old schools we do a Beurre Blanc with the wine and lemon and acidic.
Oh, so we're not making cocktails right now? This is not cocktail hour?
No, but we're gonna make a killer sauce.
All right, fine. All right, let's go with that then.
So with this one is what we did was we just kind of start out with some tequila. So I use a reposado, so it's a little bit darker and smokier.
It's darker, yeah.
So you get more of that flavor drawn. So all we did was we reduced it down to about half, almost to a third with the garlic and the shallots.
Okay.
If you don't have shallots, you can use onions.
Okay, perfect.
So red onions or white onions, either or. You just want that flavor of that onion that's going to enhance that tequila taste.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. So now what's next with this?
So what's next is use pink grapefruit juice.
Okay.
So I've experimented many times with grapefruit juice.
Yeah.
So the pink grapefruit juice has a little bit of a sweeter taste to it.
Okay.
And when you reduce it, it's not going to get as bitter.
Okay.
So you'll get that nice clean finish and freshness, and you're going to get a very nice color to go with that tequila.
Oh, I absolutely love that. You can already get a little bit of that like wafting in the air right now. It's smelling so nice.
So with this one is when you use the pink, when you add everything to it, it'll be like a pinkish color.
Okay.
So it's almost like a rose.
Oh, beautiful.
So it adds a great fragrance and a lot of aroma to it.
Now, should it be fresh? Should it have pulp? Like what's the optimal?
You can use fresh.
Okay.
Fresh is great if you use fresh. You can use it with juice with pulp.
Okay.
Because at the end, once we're making the sauce, we're going to strain it out, so all that pulp will come out anyway.
Very
so
good.
you'll have that nice clean finish.
And then how long are we going to have this on for?
This is going to take about maybe, depending on how much you put in there, I'd say about 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, 5 to 10 minutes to reduce it by half. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just kind of raise the temperature a little bit.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. But what you want to do is reduce it at least halfway, so you get more of that flavor of the grapefruit and a little balance of the tequila. Then you finish with the shallots and the garlic.
Can't wait. What's next then while we let this reduce?
So once this next, reducing this, we're going to do the peas.
Okay.
Okay, so what I have here is fresh IQF peas, frozen.
Okay.
The reason why is because you won't overcook them.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so this is the best way is they're already cooked and ready to go. All you want to do is bring them up to temperature.
Okay.
With the hot water. Then we're going to smash them.
I love it. To grab the recipe for Chef Matthew's Florida Feast, head to dinnerdeas.com. If you're one of our advanced viewers, you know who you are. You'll know you can also get your phone and scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to get right to us. All right, now we're going to have the peas. The star of this dish has got to be these scallops, though.
Yes, I'm going to show you how to do the scallops from start to finish.
All right, you ready for those?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Now, where are they?
They are in the refrigerator. You want to keep them refrigerated?
Okay.
So we have scallops these are U10s, so basically it's about 10 portions to a pound.
Okay.
You can get these frozen or fresh.
You could get these, okay, so you could get these frozen or fresh, okay.
Yeah, so if you're looking at them, you'll have the scallop itself, then this is the foot. So this connects to the shell. You want to pull that piece off.
Okay.
All right, if you don't and you cook it, it's going to get very tough and rubbery.
Yeah.
And then it's not a good feel.
Now, is this an expensive item to find at a grocery store or from your local seafood market?
No, you can get these anytime in a grocery store. You can get them, like I said, frozen.
Yeah.
You can get them fresh. It depends on what the size you're looking for.
Okay.
But you want the larger scallops. You can go from maybe medium to a large.
Okay.
Pending.
Okay.
You don't want to use bay scallops because it's not going to work as well.
They're just not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you want to do, if you want to give me a hand.
Yeah, I would love to.
So I'll get the plate over here. So when you have the scallops, you take the foot off, and once that's done, you want to place this on paper towels. What's going to happen, it's going to draw some of that moisture out, okay, onto the paper towel. So when you do that sear, you don't get a lot of water in it.
Yeah.
Because scallops are mainly water. So this will help you get that nice golden brown sear.
Yeah, because I mean, like, that's the whole thing about the scallops. It's like that crush. You want to be able to get all of that.
Yeah, you want that nice dark color and everything like that, and you want that flavor because you want to cook them to like that medium texture, because once you're doing it, it'll finish cooking, then you'll have that nice tender scallop, and it's nice and sweet.
Can't wait. While our sauce simmers down, our scallops dry out, and the peas, well, they just do their thing. We're taking a break. When we come back, Chef Matthew shares the secret for a perfect sear on these scallops ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Matt Maslowski is taking a break from riding the roller coasters over at Busch Gardens and Adventure Island, where his real job is being their executive chef. He's sharing a dish for us from the menu at their Treetop Kitchen: seared scallops, smashed peas, Paloma sauce, and arugula. Before the break, we started the Paloma sauce by simmering down garlic and shallots and tequila, and when it reduced, we added grapefruit juice and let that simmer down. Then we cooked up our peas, and frozen is fine, which is also the case for the scallops, which we cleaned by removing the legs. Who knew? And let them dry on paper towels to get them ready for the perfect sear. Now, this is reduced down during the break a little bit more.
So it's all reduced down to what you want, is about halfway. So as you can see, the color has changed. It got a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Okay. So all we're going to do is just strain it out into another sauce pot.
And so this is going to collect everything. So if you had pulp, it's going to collect the pulp.
Yeah.
All of the shallots, they're gone.
Everything. So you'll have a nice, clean, smooth sauce with no lumps.
Very nice.
Then we're going to add the heavy cream, and we're just going to let that reduce for another, I'd say about another 10 minutes.
Okay. So we're going to add the heavy cream, let that reduce, and that's going to take about 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, 10 to 15.
10 to 15 minutes?
It depends on how much of a batch you're doing, but this will take about 10 to 15, yes.
Very cool.
So we'll just bring that to like a more of a medium heat.
Okay.
So we don't scorch the cream.
Very nice. All right, so while that is going to reduce down, what do we need to do next?
So you're going to do next.
Okay.
You're going to be smashing.
I love it.
So we're going to smash the peas because they're all ready to go.
Okay.
All you want to do is just bring them up to temperature, because if you go a little bit too much, you'll overcook them and they'll turn like an army green, which is a dark green.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You want that nice vibrant color.
Yeah.
So these are a perfect time right now. So all
Very
you do
good.
is grab the masher and just mash away.
Just mash away.
Yep. So some of them will stay whole, some will be mashed, some will be smooth. It's just a lot of texture and a lot of flavor coming out of it. You're doing pretty good.
Very good.
Yep. Here you go. Let's get a couple more on the side. Then what we'll do is we'll add a little salt and pepper to it.
Okay.
And season it. So there you go. Just a little bit on this side, then you should be good.
Okay. And salt.
Yep. That's it. Do a smash. And you're
That smells good. To make this dish for your dinner in the comfort of your home, Chef Matt has shared his restaurant recipe over at dinnerdeas.com, where we have all the ingredients and the amounts ready to print. Just scan the QR code to find us. So this is done.
That's done. So you just kind of put that off to the side.
Okay.
We'll kind of get rid of that a little bit.
Very
All right,
good.
so you can slide that up in the top, and what we'll do is we'll bring up the heat for the saute pan. So it's a nice high heat. We'll add a little bit of canola oil, or you can use olive oil. Anybody's preference. That's
What do you prefer?
I like olive oil.
You like olive oil?
Yep. Should be enough. You just want a nice thin layer. The scallops that we cleaned earlier, they're all ready to go. All we're going to do is salt and pepper them.
Okay.
Okay.
You like to go heavy salt? You like to go heavy pepper? What do you like?
A little bit of medium.
Okay.
One is that the scallops come from the ocean, which is salt.
It's already got the salt water in there. It's got a little bit.
So a little bit like that. What I usually do is I'll season the one side, right? Then I'll put the seasoned side down in a saute pan. Then I'll season the other side. So you have a little bit more control. That's perfect. Nice even coat.
Very good.
Okay. And so we'll cook off 4 at a time. So you have that.
Okay, so about 4 in the pan at a time, because you don't want to crowd the pan.
No, because if the more you put in the pan, what's going to happen is the pan's going to get cold. So you won't get that perfect. That's what you want to listen for, is that sizzle.
That little sizzle?
Yeah, that's the sear.
That's such a great sound.
Okay. The other thing is when you're cooking any kind of seafood or anything that moisture with oil, you always want to slide it away from yourself because that oil will splatter. You could probably put 4 more in.
Okay.
It's a 10-inch saute pan, so we can put about 8. So this will be about 2 portions.
All right.
Okay.
Now, what do we need to be doing during this process? Do we need to be patient? Are we looking for stuff? This is one way I can go walk away, go, do another load of laundry. What's going on here?
Patience is always a virtue when you come to cooking.
Okay.
Okay. So with this one, it's like you want to keep that. You want to look at the ends. If they're starting to turn brown and get golden, they're almost ready. So they'll take about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Now, also, if you have a larger dinner party and you only have limited space, you can sear one side, put them on a baking pan, and finish them in the oven.
Okay.
To keep that nice golden brown sear on top. And that's it. So if you have more than 10 people, that'd be a good way of doing it so you're not running around.
Okay, very good. Because while our scallops here, we're taking a quick break, but when we come back, how to plate it up like the pros do for a delicious dinner ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're bringing the best of Florida foods together today, mixing seafood and citrus, thanks to Matt Maslowski, executive chef for Busch Gardens and Adventure Island, where this dish is on their menu at their Treetop Kitchen. Seared scallops, smashed peas, Paloma sauce, and arugula. It sounds super fancy, but it's so easy to make thanks to Chef Matt. Before the break, we strained our sauce to get the garlic and shallots out, then put it back on the heat, stirred in heavy cream, and left it to reduce again. Then your boy here, Chef Jeff, did the hard work of mashing our peas all by hand, and finally we seasoned and seared one side only of our scallops.
Yes.
How do we know they're ready? What are we looking for?
You're looking for that nice golden color on the side. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this one over.
Oh.
So nicely.
Come on now.
Because all the sugars are gonna come out, and that's what's gonna happen is you're gonna get that nice caramelization and a nice sweetness.
And that's gonna bring out that sweetness, that nice crust behind it. Oh.
And what you can do is if you have a party, you can do a lot of these ahead of time, just sear it and put them on a pan and you can finish them in the oven if you have a party more than 10. So a lot of this stuff you can do a pre-prep, but the peas I would make that day.
That day.
If you would like to do that, I'm gonna check the sauce.
All right, very good. Make these a flip.
So as you can see is the sauce, right, reduced down so it's thick. The heavy cream's gonna help it. Usually a lot of times when you make these sauces, you're using butter. But this is a little bit more stable.
And so
it's not gonna
what's
break.
the purpose of that one? Because exactly, so the butter would have had that actually potentially break for someone.
Correct. It won't emulsify correctly unless you do it a little bit the right way. But this one, it's kind of foolproof.
Okay.
So with the heavy cream, there's enough fat to bind everything, and it doesn't break down from the citrus. So it'll hold up a little bit more. And like I said, you can do this sauce, you can make the day ahead and just rewarm it that next day.
What's the consistency that you're looking for?
It's called nappe. So nappe is French for just coat the back of a spoon. So you get the spoon and you kind of do a little streak, and if it doesn't fall down.
Boom. Look at that shine.
Okay. So you have that little foot that comes down, then it's perfect.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
If you want to make Chef Matt's meal for your dinner tonight, grab the recipe at our website. DinnerDeeAs.com is the best part. Just scan the QR code down there in the corner of the screen to follow along with your phone. Okay, actually I lied. Now it really becomes even more of the best part because, are we plating?
Yeah, we're gonna plate.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Let's go.
Let's get all this turned off.
Okay.
I have a nice plate here. It's preference, you can use plates or you can use bowls, depending on what you're looking for.
Okay.
What we're gonna do first is we're gonna lay some of the arugula down. So the arugula is a very light lettuce, but it's peppery.
Yeah.
So when you're combining all the flavors, you have sweet, salty, earthy, peppery.
You have everything just working around it all.
Yes, it's umami.
And it's a side that doesn't need any cooking at all. It's just easy. Just put it on there.
That's it. You can add a little dressing to it, whatever
Okay.
you want, but I like it fresh as is.
Okay, so the simplicity is something you're really going for.
Yeah, I like to keep everything very simple. a lot of times people overdo things, like they have more than 4 or 5 items to
Yeah.
it, and you lose that integrity of that very first thing.
Well, and you also lose all the momentum that you had for the excitement of going into that dish, of wanting to have everyone come over to the house, and before you know it, it's a disaster,
Yeah.
and then that's not fun. No one had fun in that process.
So then we're gonna just lay our scallops.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Okay. So 4 scallops
Okay.
per order. Then what I have here is a little bit of radish. You can use, I use Easter egg radish. This is a regular radish that you can get at the grocery store. This has a little bit more texture. If you notice, there's a lot of soft items.
Yes.
But when you get into the peas, that's a little bit of burst of freshness.
Sure.
But this will add a little bit of pepper and some crispness.
Very nice.
So we just kind of play around, throw some radishes in
And
it.
all you're just doing is just finding those little pockets, just a little, put them right in.
That's it.
That's it.
Just to kind of give it a little bit color. When you step back, you're like, okay.
Absolutely.
You can use regular parsley, or you can buy some micro parsley.
Okay.
Either or, just for a little bit more.
Okay.
And I love using edible flowers. And
Now-
I incorporate them into a lot of dishes. People use them as just a garnish.
Yeah.
I add it as the dish.
Yeah.
So one of our items that we have at Treetop Kitchen is the Serengeti salad. So the carrots are cut real long to look like the giraffe tongue.
I love that.
Then I have some of the edible flowers in it to incorporate the wildflowers in the Serengeti.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we just add a little bit of flowers just to kind of brighten things up, you know.
It really just makes the dish just pop now.
That's it. And you just use whatever you have. I mean, just whatever colors, and you just go from there.
And you just get to be as playful as you want with it.
Yeah. A lot of times is almost each plate, I like everything exact. But if I'm having a table that orders all scallops, I like to make it more personal. So a little presentation here, a little twist here.
Sure.
So it feels a little bit more personal for the guest. And all we're going to do is just sauce on one side.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning right there. I just love how it's just dancing on that plate right now. That is absolutely a showstopper right there. Because if you want to make this for your dinner, and remember, frozen scallops are fine. Take a photo and let us know. Email us, dinnerdeas@fox.com. That's what Samantha did. Hi, Samantha. She's watching Hudson and made the macaroni au gratin shared by Ciliana Pluvios from the Barnyard. She said, my son Bryson helped me make this and absolutely loved it.
That looks great.
Thanks for the idea. Bryson, way to go, buddy. That's super cool. You're in the kitchen with your mom like that.
That's awesome.
I love that. I love to see that. That is super cool. I get emotional about that, man.
It's good.
It's super, super powerful. I love seeing the kids together like that. Well, when we come back, we're tasting another dia Samantha and Bryson might want to make ahead on Dinner Dias. Welcome back to Dinner Dias. If you just joined us, you might be thinking we've stopped doing easy ideas for dinner and have gone all fancy and highfalutin. Nope. We made this dish of seared scallops, smashed peas, Paloma sauce, and arugula in half an hour thanks to our guest, Chef Matt from Busch Gardens and Adventure Island. His top tips for plating it so perfectly. And if you did just join us, go watch the last segment at our website to see how easy it was to put this all together, because I believe in you. You got this. This is an absolute work of art that is really not that hard to do.
You did it all.
I didn't do it all.
I smashed the peas and you did the scallops.
I had fun doing that part.
Yeah. That's the best part.
I was letting out the aggression of the day, just going, I'm going to get you, P.
That's it. But look at what you did in 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
I mean, start to finish. And a lot, like we talked earlier, there's a lot of stuff you can preset and get things day ahead or whatever. So you're not running around, so you can enjoy this with your family and friends.
I love it. You ready to enjoy this together?
Let's do it.
Let's go for it. Which bite are you going into first?
I am going to take a little scallop and a little bit of the sauce.
I am following your lead.
Kind of just go with that, then you work your way in.
Okay. And just an absolute beautiful crust on these scallops here.
The Paloma gives it a whole different flavor.
It has just all those right flavors. It's coating the palate because of that heavy cream and because you didn't use butter.
Nope. The heavy cream is a little bit more stable.
And look how it's still sitting on the plate like that. It's not at all. It's absolutely incredible.
It's not broken or anything
It's
like
not
that.
broken. Now, serious business here. I gotta get it right there. I love roller coasters. I love your roller coasters. I sit in the front. I do not have my hands on the roller coaster. I am that guy who literally will hang over. Let's go.
I thought I saw you one day.
Yeah, I was the one that was dangling over there. I put my legs out, the arms out. I love it. Cheetah Hunt is like my favorite. I'm telling you, that's what mine is. Do you have a favorite roller coaster? Are you sitting in the front too?
I sit in the front. I sit in the back. Depends on how busy it is, but I like Kumba. Kumba, but the thing is, that was my favorite when I first started working there.
Okay.
But now I worked over to Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
Since we opened that, it feels like you're flying because the way you're floating and everything.
Okay.
It's a great vibe.
See, I like Cheetah Hunt because that's the one I actually do. I actually put my arms out like I am flying because it just goes so fast around some of those corners that you're just like whipping yourself that I am just like, I feel like I'm Superman right there. And like, all right, so I gotta change
Phoenix
that.
Rising, it feels like you're a phoenix because the way it's floating and everything, it's a great experience.
I gotta go into that the next time that approach then.
Yeah.
Very cool, my friend.
Thank
you
you
so much for being here. Thanks
you.
again to Chef Matt. Grab his recipe from our website, dinnerDeeAs.com. We also have a link for more on all the fabulous food that he oversees at Busch Gardens and Adventure Island. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more Dinner Deas.